Well, hello, everyone. So glad to have you here on this used to be live, kind of treating it like a live recorded interview with one of my most awesome colleagues, confidant, friend. I don't know if there's enough adjectives to describe what this lady is to me. And we have the most interesting conversations, I must say, and they're always heartfelt. So I'm so glad that she's come into this project for the Purpose-Driven Entrepreneurs Prayer Journal. Now, it may change to daily prayer journal, still working that out a little bit, but by the time you go get the book, which I'm going to tell you how to do it in just a few minutes, you will see what the final is. So, you'll get the answer to that question. But I'm Carol J. Dunlop, the online wild strategist and 5-time best-selling author, soon to be 6. When this book comes out, it's going to be 6-time best-selling author, and all the co-authors are going to be best-selling authors either for the first time or again. I'm so excited about that. And so you've heard me say a little bit about the book each time, and I want to go into it a little bit more with each interview because each interview is different, each person, each co-author. I feel like it's a plethora of people who utilize prayer in their business, and that seems to be so, I don't know if it's so far-fetched or odd right now with the political situation that we're in and how everybody's going, but I like to know that prayer is an option, and I use it often, and it does work. So I'm going to say that. So I wanted to put that information into a book so that when you're feeling down and depressed or happy or anxiety ridden or I don't know what to do or whatever feelings, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, you can turn to this prayer journal and look at other people in other situations who use prayer in many different ways to help them get through the day. I have to put my hand up that I use prayer pretty much every day, but in my business, I try not to just use when, oh my God, help me with this. I try to use it as thank you, God, for the awesome things that you've done and put in my way and the people that you put in my life and go from there. Because I don't just like to go to God when I have these issues. I like to celebrate with God because I think that's what he wants us to do. So anyway, getting back to what we're doing and my awesome guest, Renee Coakley, she is coming on and she's going to tell you about herself. She's going to tell you about her business and she's going to tell you about who she serves. Renee Coakley, welcome to this live interview recording.
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited too. Always good to talk to you. You are looking beautiful, I must say.
Thank you. And we have really good conversations, like you said.
Yeah, deep conversations. Sometimes, you need somebody that you can have a deep conversation with and not feel like once you hang up the phone or whatever, that they're going to go run into somebody and tell somebody something. I think we used to say that to each other. Now, don't tell anybody this, but now we just talk because we know it's been proven. We have trust between us that nobody is going to know what's going on, and that's always good. And what's really great about you is that I can talk about God, I can talk about prayer, I can talk about my spiritual downloads and all that and not feel any kind of way, and that's really freeing. So I want to thank you for that as well.
You are welcome. I'm excited to be here today and excited to be a part of this project. I know that we have worked together on several different projects, in several different capacities, and they all have been very different. So this time I decided that what I was going to do was I was going to make this about one of my loves, which is, of course, real estate. So I decided to come in this time as Renee Coakley Realty, Renee Coakley Real Estate, which is one of the things that I've loved. I've loved real estate. Oh, I've been an agent for so long now. My daughter was 1 when I got my license, and she is now 17, about to be 18, and graduating from high school.
You've been on the download with that real estate thing. I didn't even know. I mean, I'd known you for like 5 years before I even knew you were in real estate at all. So Renee was very instrumental in our move to be using our laptop lifestyle when we went from Georgia to South Carolina when my 5th grandchild was born, and then we wanted to move back. She was keeping us abreast of all of the property information, how things were skyrocketing, where the best place was to go. And I have to say, without her help, we couldn't have done it at all because, real estate's not my game, not my lane at all. I don't even know anything. So we finally were able to secure a place, and I couldn't have done it without Renee's insider information. So I know that that's what she's going to bring to the people who she helps. I mean, she's already done it. She's already been doing it on the download for so long now. She's blooming and putting it out there. I'm so happy about that. So Renee, tell us about your business and who you serve.
Okay. Renee Coakley and Renee Coakley Realty. And I basically help people find houses, sell their houses, and I serve families. And it's funny because, you said that I've been doing it on the download, but not really. I was selling real estate before, and that was like my love, my passion. And then Cal had asked me to kind of put that on hold to help him with insurance. So I kind of just eased it to the side. So the people that knew that I sold houses or needed information, those were the people that would still come to me and say, hey, I need you to do this, or hey, I'm looking for a house. And I would help those people out. So I would still like sell a few houses here and there. But I was mainly working with him. And then of course, when the market started booming again, I was like, you know what, you got this now.
Yeah,
I'm going back to what I really love, because what I love about this whole process is that a lot of times when families are purchasing a home, they're not sure, they're so nervous, they're not sure what to do. They're not really educated on the process. So what I get to do is I get to hold their hand throughout the entire process. And I try and make it as easy and as stress-free as possible. And then I make sure along the way that they're educated on like what's coming up. There aren't any surprises.
Right.
So they know, okay, I'm going to need money to pay for the appraisal. They know, oh, okay, I need to get an inspection. Oh, and I'll list like 3 or 4 inspection companies so that they can call. And I tell them, you're not tied to these. These are just options or people that I've used. So it allows me to kind of guide them through that process. And in the end, I get to see them close on their new home, and they get to move in and enjoy a new place where they can make their own memories.
That is awesome. I'm so glad you're putting that back out there, because like I said, I didn't know you were into real estate. You were a real estate professional or anything. Just the people who knew. And to me, it opened up a whole new world, because I mean, we had been through the buying and selling and all that before, but this time was a little bit different. We weren't really we didn't know what we were going to do, and there were so little properties available when we were looking. So it really made a difference for you to be there and tell us, because I'm just telling y'all, I could call Renee or text her and say, hey, there's this house, can you look at it? She would go and find out all the information and say, girl, get away from that house, do not go there. Do not do anything, that is not a good home. And she was like, I found another one just like it. So it was that kind of realness that really helps. And I know she's going to bring that to this project. That's why I wanted her in it. So you guys, y'all can help as well. Our goal is to get bestseller on this project, and you can help. All you need to do is click on the QR code that you see on screen, or click the link that's below and go ahead and get your book. It's only 99 cents. I know you can spare that in all the stuff that we're doing. 99 cents for a book. And the book is more than just a journal. It is really awesome. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about that coming up. But first, I wanted to ask Renee, why did you even consider becoming part of this project?
Okay, there's several reasons. Now, the first one I tell everyone is because Carol told me I had to do it.
I have that, thing on everybody. I tell you.
That is part of the reason. But then I've also done other projects with you, so I know exactly what to expect. I know the level of expertise that's going to come with it, and then it's also one of the topics that we talk about, which is prayer and entrepreneurship. And we've talked about that. Like you said, you'll talk to me about you having like divine downloads. So of course, I'm excited because this is something that, you're leading up and you're doing, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And then the women that are involved are also awesome. Yeah. To be able to actually talk about prayer and how I incorporate prayer into my business, I thought that this was an excellent opportunity. So that's the long and short of why I decided to join.
Awesome. I want to let y'all know that. So if you hear these weird noises in the back, we had a flooded garage and people are out here trying to get the water up, figure out what's going on. So I just apologize ahead of time, but we're going to go on with what we're doing. So I'll try to mute it out when I can. All right. So now I was telling you that we're going to tell you more about this whole project. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. And I'm going to give you a full breakdown of it. So we'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so we're back. I hope that you like that kind of virtual tour of the project, what's in it, who's in it, who the authors are and stuff. And that's why I decided to do the lives, because I wanted you to get kind of a behind the scenes insider's knowledge about each of the co-authors. So you'll know that they are real, they really use prayer, they really do have a business. Because you know, there's a lot of crappy things out there right now that purport to be what they aren't, but this is the real deal. So Renee, I was reading over what you submitted and some words kind of stuck out for me in describing how you integrate prayer into your life. And this is what she said, and I want to know that it hit my heart because it was really good. It says, I talk with God about the day I am going to have, and then I ask him for guidance. Now, of course, I've put a couple more words in there, but basically that was the gist of it. I talk to God about the day I'm going to have, and then I ask him for guidance. I thought that was just so awesome, because most of the time we go and do what we're going to do and we get in trouble, and then we say, God, please help me. Please help me, God. I'll worship you forever. I'll do whatever. I'll give that money. I'll give my business over. But how many of you, I'm just posing this question, you don't have to raise your hand, but how many of you start your day with, okay, this is a day I'm going to have, or this is what I'm planning. Now I need your guidance. I think that was awesome. So tell us, Renee, how do you incorporate prayer into your business?
Oh my gosh. I think that for me, it's defining what prayer is. So a lot of times people feel like you have to be down on your knees, eyes closed, hands clasped, and it has to always be so formal. But what I've realized is that I'm able to offer prayer in everything that I do, because for me, prayer that's me showing worship. So I'm driving in the car. If I'm driving to a client, I'm singing in the car. I know that my husband sometimes will be like, what? Like, who are you talking to? I'll in the car with him and I'll say, thank you, Jesus. And he's like,
I know, I've done that too. I've done that.
Like, what are you thanking him for? What are you thanking him for? And I'm like, I don't have a reason. I just wanted to say, thank you, Jesus. Like, this is just how I'm feeling right now. So sometimes he'll look at me like, who are you talking to? Or like, where did that come from? And what it is just me knowing that all things are working for my good. So because I know that all things are working for my good, it's like, thank you, because I know this is already worked out. Thank you, because I know that, I don't have to worry about whether or not my deal is going to close, because I know that it will. I don't have to worry about my client finding the right home, because I know that it will. And, it's funny because I've had other agents say to me, like, it was a REO property, and it was an agent I was working with, and my client put an offer in, and he's looking over the offer. He calls me, he goes, I don't know how you won this deal or how you got this deal. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you weren't the highest offer. Like, I don't understand why you guys got it. And I said, because this is my client's home.
Right, exactly.
So, sometimes we don't even realize that there is that divine intervention in there. I don't know what it was about that particular offer that they loved, but they did. So I know that by me incorporating prayer into my business and into just my daily life, it makes a difference. It makes a difference in my life, and it also makes a difference within my business too.
I love that. And you have to have that confidence. I think that having the ability to pray when things are good, bad, and different or whatever gives you the confidence to say whatever. I know Nadine, one of the co-authors, said that you can see how Carol has this confidence about this book is going to be a bestseller. I'm like, yeah, I've done it 5 times before, so we're going to do it again. I know what to do. And now bringing all these awesome authors in co-authors in together, we are going to do it, because I think this project is really needed and necessary right now. We need to know that people are praying about their business. People are praying about their clients and their customers. People are praying about the situations that are around them so that God can take hold and do what he needs to do. And so we don't have to worry about it. We can just go on to the next thing. And I don't think you can really do that without prayer, without being connected, like you said, connected to God, asking him for his guidance. And then the other key is listening and doing what he says, because a lot of us will pray, get the answer, don't even hear the answer because we're too busy doing other stuff, and wonder, why hasn't God answered us? He did. You just didn't hear him. You just didn't stay still enough to listen. I always say that because it's very important just to be still sometime, be quiet, and let God just permeate your brain, your mind, your mindset, your soul, and tell you exactly what to do, and then to go do it. You know, there's one thing just to know what to do, and there's another thing to go and do it. That's why I'm so happy, Renee, that you're coming out with the real estate part of you, letting that lion roar, because you are a force in the industry, and you will be another force in the industry. I'm so happy about that. It's going to be good. Now, do you have any final words before we let you go that you want to say to anyone who is maybe thinking about getting the book, maybe thinking, is this project for me? Or why should I even get this thing and listen to all these people? What is it going to do for me? Just your final words.
Well, I think definitely take the opportunity to purchase the book and go through it. I think that what you'll see is you'll see powerful women that have been able to incorporate prayer into their businesses. You'll also get to read the things that we've said as far as how we incorporate prayer into our business. And then that can be an example for you to follow also. So, you know, a lot of times we're not sure how to do things. We know that we want to do it, but we're not sure how. So definitely purchase the book. And like you said, for 99 cents, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, come on, for $100, you get this great book. It is the Kindle version, but that's fine. You can either print out the pages, or you can just, you know, look at it on your computer. It is a fillable journal. And you saw earlier in the trailer that I did, you can see all the pages. I just can't wait for you to get a hold of it. So as you know, like I said before, you can either click on the scan the QR code that's on the screen, or you can click the link, go right there, and help us get to bestseller. Because by helping us get to bestseller, you not only help yourself, you help others, because other people can find it. And like I said, a lot of people need to know about this. So Renee, thank you so much, not only for coming into the project, not only for being a great co-author, but for also being a child of God and a person who uses prayer in their business, and their business is going to excel beyond belief. I just know it. So thank you so much for doing this live and helping us with this. I really